King Randall is a young man out of Georgia who is doing a great work in his community through his school called the X for Boys Life Preparatory School. Randall's school is a boarding school that takes in our youth from off the streets, out of broken homes, as well as our youth who are dealing with behavioral and academic issues, bringing them out of hostile environments and placing them into a safe environment in which he then teaches and instills in them the structure, the discipline, and the skills needed to transition these young boys into productive young men in society. Now, let me take a quick moment to go over the impact that King Randall is having on his community in Albany. 86% improvement in reading comprehension among students, 91% improvement in school grades among students, 82% of students are proficient in general contracting, 93% of students are proficient in basic automotive repair, and 0.01%. 99.9% of students in our program are less likely to be repeat offenders. So as you can see, King Randall is doing a tremendous work in his community, and his school has grown and flourished tremendously over the past 2 years. But that growth has not been without its hurdles. He encountered numerous hurdles in simply acquiring the property 2 years ago, but since opening the school, the hurdles in his way have simply gotten ridiculous and downright sad at this point. So now, let's go over a few tweets highlighting these hurdles. On October 20th of 2022, King Randall wrote, "People continue to call the authorities on our school as if we're criminals. They came to, quote, inspect our office. We weren't present. 20 minutes later, we see someone coming under our gate." On March 27th of 2023, King Randall wrote, "The first night our boarding school opened, we had an intruder break in through a window. My brother and I met him with a firearm within 30 seconds, and he ran off. Our students remained sound asleep, and there was no further disturbance." He would further go on to write, "I get asked why my staff and I carry weapons on campus. All of our students have training with firearms, and our staff are required to have regular training with firearms. School with no true security are doomed. We just had a kid drop his gun at a school where I live. I can name a few schools in my hometown right now that I can just walk into and be met by no one. That's how lazy it is today when it comes to security." But now, the most recent event, most disturbing event, and most upsetting event occurred last Sunday when people came to King Randall's school and completely destroyed it. On June 26, King Randall wrote, "Last Sunday, I came to check on our school and everything was fine. We came to play basketball with our summer program students on Wednesday and saw a window was broken into. I entered the building and heard noises. I'm seeing almost everything deliberately destroyed. I held the intruders at gunpoint until the police arrived. Sinks were pulled out of the walls, toilets smashed, glass busted everywhere, uniforms and merchandise destroyed. A few things were stolen, but it was personal. They took a picture of me and threw it in the alley, destroyed our main school logo on the wall, ripped doors off the hinges, etc., etc. I can go on. Some of the things that were taken, those 3 people I caught couldn't get alone. I just know this was coordinated. My students were in complete shock as they had to watch me hold someone at gunpoint. We took so much time working on this building. So many volunteers came from across the country, but we still smile and we praise God on Sunday in spite of it all. I honestly didn't want to talk about this. I truly didn't. I wanted to keep moving, but my team has insisted that I let the public know what has happened. Thankfully, we're still able to operate out of our office building and no one was hurt in the process. This is horrible. This is completely horrible. And this was clearly coordinated. Clearly, in my opinion at least, this was a coordinated effort to send some sort of a message to King Randall, because the damage that was done was so extreme and excessive that we can clearly see the purpose was to create financial hardship for King Randall. It's one thing for there to be kind of general basic vandalism. Maybe someone spray painted something stupid on the side of the building. Maybe someone threw a rock through the window and ran off. Maybe someone actually broke in and stole a few valuable items, or at least items they perceive to be valuable. Though these things are wrong, we can still draw a logical conclusion as to what possibly happened and why it would happen, right? And in most cases with the general vandalism and petty theft, you just chalk it up to people being stupid. And it is what it is, and you move on. But having your toilet smashed, the sinks ripped out the wall, doors ripped off the hinges, children's uniforms and merchandise destroyed, the logo ripped off the wall, and his photo thrown in the alley, this is deliberate structural damage that was done for the purpose of creating financial hardship, as well as terror. This wasn't just a typical vandalizing incident. Some of you may know what it's like to have your home broken into while you were away. And when you come into your home after it's been broken into, you'll see a couple things tossed around. You'll see some drawers tossed out of the dresser with clothes lying around, because clearly the person who broke into your home were looking for valuables and they were looking quickly. Once again, you can rationalize why there's clothes tossed around and books removed off of your bookshelf and onto the floor and so on and so forth. But if you were to walk into your home and saw the toilet was smashed, the sink ripped off the wall, your door ripped off the hinges, mirrors broken, and your photos thrown out into the alley, that's personal. That's something very deliberate. That's someone who is sending a message to you. That is beyond just typical burglary, just like this is beyond typical vandalizing. This is extremely unfortunate and very upsetting to see when you have a young man like King Randall, who is doing the great work that he's doing in his community, be attacked in this way, because that's what this was. This wasn't just a vandalizing incident. This was an attack. This was a message being sent, and this is very unfortunate. But I know this won't derail the brother. He's going to keep moving forward. As he stated, he didn't even want to talk about it, but his team pushed him to make this public, and I just wanted to make sure to do my part to make this public as well. So for those of you who want to assist in the efforts of King Randall having to now essentially rebuild his school, you can do that through the link that I will leave pinned in the comment section below, as well as in the description box below the video also. And that link is thexforboys.org/donate. That is thexforboys.org/donate. Once again, the link will be pinned in the comment section below, and it will also be in the description box as well.
What's going on, family? This is King Randall. So I posted earlier about some of the damage that happened at the school from the people that broke in. And I'm just kind of going to walk through like what happened that day. This was last week. I had my kids for summer camp, and I didn't want to just post about it and start talking about it because I knew people were going to be trying to reach out and things like that. And I kind of just didn't want to share anything about it at all. I just wanted to focus on our summer camp kids, and we still ended up having a great summer camp, even though our students had to witness this. But the first thing I noticed when I got here was that somebody spray painted on the board. They spray painted on the board that we put up so that way nobody could get into this window. And we get here, and this window right here is broken. They broke this window and got in. So I'm going to go ahead and show you basically, I'm going to walk you through what happened. So my students were with me, and we saw this glass right here, and this is where we did our book club at. We did our book club in this room. So basically, they just destroyed stuff. They ripped the door off the hinges here. And we tried cleaning up a little bit from those pictures that you saw, but all the debris was up here at the front. But as you can see, it's just a whole bunch of just everything everywhere. Glass is shattered up here for no reason. This is glass that was going to one of our rooms that was going to be an office. for us. But for the most part, we had already cleaned out the building when the city told us that we couldn't be here. So we had mostly cleaned out the facility, but we still had a few things here. But I mean, they basically destroyed a whole lot of stuff for no reason. Going upstairs here, our main life prep photo was right here on this wall. We had a big logo of the first thing, one of the first things I put up, and it was just mangled. And it's up here in this room up here. But they just pulled a whole bunch of stuff off the walls. I mean, even stuff like that, just stuff everywhere, man. Cigarillo paper and these ones are bicycle tires. I mean, this is in a matter of a couple days. I had just come on Sunday and looked at the facility, our merchandise room with all the boys' uniforms and stuff. Just destroyed. It was just crazy, deliberate stuff. Like these weren't even locked, but just knocking all the glass out of the fire extinguisher holder things in the walls. Just dumb stuff. But we tried cleaning up a little bit for the most part. Some more glass shattered. We had a whole bunch of extra bunk beds and mattresses for our boys. All of them are gone. All the bunk beds, all the mattresses are all gone. Our refrigerator's gone. There was a sink in there too, and they pulled all the sinks out of the kitchen. We don't have any power down there. They put all the sinks out of the kitchen. Like every last sink, they were big industrial sinks, so all those have been pulled out. But I mean, I don't know what else to say, man. But we're gonna keep working. I was down for a little bit, but you know, it is what it is. I was down for a little bit, but we're gonna keep pushing. This comes with the territory of doing hard work, and with hard work come your enemies. And obviously, you don't know if you're doing no good work until people start trying to tear you down. But this is what we're working with, and whatever this is. But we'll figure it out. I'll have a day for people to come help us, maybe get some things squared away. I mean, we're gonna clean up some ourselves, but we're gonna try and make sure people can come help, because I know people wanted to come volunteer, so we'll make sure we make that happen. But I just wanted to do a small video so you could actually see some of the damages at the school. I'm not gonna make this video too long, but yeah, it's been a lot taken, but it's not really the stuff that's been taken, it's the stuff that's been destroyed, stuff that we worked hard on, and just to see it come look like this, insanity. But that's the game. Thank you all for your support. For those of you who are continuing to ask how to donate, please give to help our students' tuition. This is important to me, but it's not more important than our students getting their tuition and the things they need for school. So I definitely appreciate you guys. Again, we have a free school. This is all free for us. I mean, for the students. This is not free to us. So everything that we put money into, getting the floors redone, all the paint, glass, ceiling tiles, air conditioning units, you name it, we all put work into it over the last summer. So our students were kind of bummed about that, but please go to theextravoice.org to continue donating to our school. Thanks so much. Peace.